CPPCC is the country's top political advisory body. It plays a critical role in advising on economic policy, and that's balancing short-term challenges with long-term strategic goals. We've been hearing from the CPPCC spokesperson Liu Jieyi at a press conference ahead of tomorrow's opening of the session of the CPPCC. Mr. Liu outlined that China's economic resilience was happening amid global uncertainties, and this was particularly thanks to initiatives like the new productive innovation forces. Those are models prioritizing innovation-driven growth. Let's have a listen to what he said.
We are aware that profound and complex changes are taking place in the domestic and external environments, and the Chinese economy faces some difficulties and challenges. Consumer demand remains insufficient, and the risk in some areas still awaits resolution. But more importantly, we must see that the Chinese economy enjoys solid foundations, multiple advantages, strong resilience, and great potential. The underlying conditions and basic trend of long-term growth remain unchanged.
Now that was Liu Jieyi speaking about the CPPCC's confidence in China's economic foundations and giving his assurances for a continuation of China's long-term economic growth trajectory despite the current challenges. Now, one area he highlighted was managing insufficient consumer demand. He said that China was going to have to dig deep in its own toolbox to encourage consumption, as it can't control what happens in the rest of the world. That was a nod, of course, to the current situation in the US. He also emphasized growth in technological innovation and advanced manufacturing. He referred multiple times to China's new productive forces. This includes leadership by China in lighthouse factories. Now, these factories, there are 189 in the world, 79 of them are in China, are so called because they have high standards of advanced manufacturing technologies and sustainable manufacturing standards. We had the chance to visit one in Guangzhou. That was the GAC Ion electric vehicle manufacturing facility, which was, I have to say, extremely impressive to see. So this framework for the new productive forces is also going to prioritize technological breakthroughs in China, of which we've seen plenty in the past weeks, including advances in artificial intelligence, also green energy. And Mr. Liu told the press conference that indeed China is leading in wind, solar energy, and the production of new energy vehicles.
What else is on the agenda?
There's quite a lot on the agenda, so there's several key areas that the CPPCC is going to focus on in this year's session. One is certainly going to be environmental sustainability, achieving China's green goals. We heard from Mr. Liu that the air quality has improved significantly in China. He highlighted that 87% of days now have good air quality readings. So finding a way to continue that improvement while increasing industrial output will certainly be on the agenda. As we mentioned, tech development, the development of artificial intelligence, which is on everybody's mind here. We heard from a company that we visited in Shenzhen called Engine AI, who've created a humanoid robot that's selling for about $15,000 US, that they want to incorporate within the next 3 years general artificial intelligence into their humanoid robots so that they can become sort of a companion to people. So that will lead to discussions on the development of ethical governance frameworks for artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. We're also expecting to hear how China will lay out the groundwork, the pathway forward for the encouragement of a positive business environment for these private tech companies in the years ahead. And finally, revitalizing rural areas, addressing disparities in rural and urban incomes will be on the agenda, and how China will continue to modernize in the agricultural sector. So there's a lot for us to talk about.